What was the importance of the early church fathers for you in that journey?
Well, for example, with the Eucharist, when you start to read the early church fathers, you find that some of them just assume, most of them just assume that we all understand that Jesus was talking about the Eucharist and that he was really, truly present there. And we see people in the early church willing to die for the sanctified host, which they're maybe carrying from one church to another church, one parish to another parish. And they're willing to die rather than desecrate that. They're not dealing with something that's just a symbol. They're dealing with something that they really believe is the true body, blood, soul, and divinity of Jesus Christ. And in my own research, I found I couldn't find anybody that questioned it until about 1,000.
Yeah.
So halfway between here and back to when Christ said these words, there wasn't anybody that seemed to doubt these words. And
well, one of the quotes in the early fathers I remember jumping out at me in my own journey was the fact that already, I think it was Ignatius, was saying, it's not about your senses. You know, it's not that, don't base everything on what you taste or what you see or what you hear or what you feel, because reality, there's a vertical reality that's not detectable by our senses. Later, the philosophers would explain it with transubstantiation. But already there are people out there that just basing everything on what they see, what they feel. Of course, that's not a problem today. It's running rampant today.
Yeah. We tend to think that the people that lived in 200 AD were essentially different from us because they didn't have an iPad, you know, or because they didn't have an iPhone, or because they didn't drive a car. But the basic human condition has not really changed all that much. We still really like to touch something to know that it's real. And faith is a hard thing. As a Protestant, faith was always a hard thing to, what do we believe in? Well, we believed in the Bible. And we believed that we had this relationship. But the beauty of the Eucharist is that every time I go and celebrate the Eucharist, as the priest holds up the consecrated host and says, this is my body, and I say, my Lord and my God. And my faith gets expression every time I'm there.
Yeah. And at the core of that is trusting our Lord at his word.
Right.
We'll take a break.